What up, guys? Memories Broadway Chronicles, episode 28, TV section. This is our focus on it. Welcome to Derry, episode 5. Getting right into it. Are you an anchor or are you a lifeboat? Probably the best question that was asked in the whole show. I'm a lifeboat, so I hope you guys are too. Being an anchor isn't the worst thing in some moments, but we need to be able to keep moving, not be stuck in one place. So, it was a beautiful question asked by one of the kids to the other ones. It made me smile in a moment. It's actually a really good quote, a really good point to make. Jumping right into it, I really thought that Daniel was gonna die at the beginning of the episode when he was foaming at the mouth after Dick went inside of his head and pulled out all the truth about Pennywise and the pillars and the shards and all that stuff. Happy he made it through. But if I'm being honest with how the episode ended, wondering where he is and what's going to happen to him next, and the fact that it's going to be 100% Phil some play on Pennywise saying, I haven't tasted one of you guys in so long. You're a little old, but it'll be good enough. That's the kind of thing I feel like is going to happen next episode with Daniel, because he ran without the shard, and now in the preview for the next episode, the shard is in her hand, and that means he doesn't have it, and wherever he is, he's basically shit out of luck. So hoping for the best for Daniel, but it does not look good for him. Talking about Dick Halloran too, thinking about Dick and how in a split moment he vanishes and they can't find him. He really gets sucked into a different world almost, which in layman's terms, where the fuck was he? And in realistic terms, what did his grandpa do to him that was so crazy? What's inside the box more than anything? What is so terrifying? What is so much that you had to lock it up inside the box? That's going to be really cool to watch unfold, to honestly see what kind of person he is now after being stuck down there with no one else but himself, and nobody able to save him. I'm really curious as to how important he's going to be, how impactful he's going to be going forward. Saddest part, 100%, is Leroy killing his best friend, Paulie. I knew to myself in a moment when he told Paulie after he shot Charlotte, thinking that he killed his real wife, but then realizing it was a image created by Pennywise or whatever he would have. Right after he told Paulie that you needed to shoot anything, if it's your ex, if it's your love, blah, 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 on sight, I immediately had like a really weird feeling in my stomach where it was almost like, you're saying it like it's going to be a sure thing that they're not going to be there, but there's just a moment. And then when I heard the sloshing and then you see him and you hear Will talking, help me, someone help us, can anyone hear me? That was the moment I almost shit myself. I almost, seriously, nervousness, just wanting to like save Will from his dad, because you don't blame Leroy for what he just did. He just shot his wife, he thought, in the head and had to. You didn't think anything of it when he was getting ready to fire. He didn't think anything of it when he was getting ready to fire that gun at his son, thinking that, oh, whatever, you're just trying to fool me again. And it really was such a poetic and sad moment. Then Paulie was like, I can see him too. He's real. And he literally pushes in the last moment to stop Leroy. And it's such a tragic moment, but such a beautiful moment that a best friend would look at you and say, to make sure you don't make a colossal mistake, I'll sacrifice myself instead. Poetic, sad as hell, and beautiful to me. Just how strong Pennywise is also. I can't think of her name. Lily. Thinking about her at the end of the episode, I hoped that she wasn't gonna die. I really prayed that she wasn't gonna die. I just didn't understand where she was in the tunnels, because that's probably the best part about them being down in the tunnels, is that you can't really correlate where they are in the tunnels. So then it turns into a real big issue when she gets trapped by herself, and then Pennywise corners her, and I really thought she was gonna get eaten. I'm so serious. I thought she was gonna get eaten, like right there. I was like, oh shit, it's done. And the shard happened to be right in front of her, which was a really cool moment, just to protect her. And now that she understands why he walked away from it, it'll definitely be something that they use later in the show. Thought it was really cute that her friend came to start helping them, the one who lost her eye last episode. I thought that was really good that she apologized and told her, I'm sorry for not believing you, and trying to pretend you were crazy. What I didn't like, though, is that she didn't tell her what she was really trying to do that day that she pulled her eye out, what she was really trying to set Lily up for. But, maybe one day she'll say it, and we'll see how that reacts. thinking about our girl's dad, who's in Hank, who's in prison. I can't think of the little girl's name. They don't even talk. They don't. Rose, I think, is her name or something. They don't say her name enough for me to just remember what her name is. But her dad and the white woman that he was with, I was super curious as to what white woman it was, and finding that out this episode, finding out that moment that Lily has with that woman is almost more correlating to her life at home and why she needed somebody like Hank to make her feel something, to see how her husband talked to her about burning his steak and all those things. Just the tone of how he talked to her immediately made you get, if you're a woman, you know when I say the ick, what that is. And if you're a man, you just feel disgusted. If you actually value women and what they want to say in this world, that a man would just basically not even address her in any kind of loving way, and then just make sure it's not burnt like last time, and then walk away. Like, a great big fuck you to any man who expects women to fucking be on hand and knee for you. You're kind of a bitch to me, so take it how you want, but kindly, you're a little bitch if your woman has to take care of everything you do and you can't get up off your fucking ass. Oh wait, you can with a beer in your hand to go over and bitch at her for not making your meal, you lazy fuck. So kindly, those moments make me really upset. But that was a really cute moment. I actually thought that Hank was in the back of that car getting ready to try to like kidnap this woman, but I knew that wasn't the man that he's shown us in the show. So it was a weird second, like, what the fuck are you doing in this car, Hank? And then it was them getting out to the forest and me immediately understanding, like, why would you take him out to the woods so he can run, and like, what? And then they started making out and it all correlated. Like, oh my God, miserable wife at home, black man who doesn't have anybody, who hasn't had anybody for a long time. Love always finds its way, and it always will find its way. So a really cute moment. And then when he said that something tilted the bus, something pushed the bus over, I'm more confused now. Like, what does Pennywise need from Hank? What does he need from his daughter? Like, why did you not let him go to Shawshank, which was a death sentence essentially? It was really confusing. I'm sure we'll learn more about that as we go. But no, it really was a caught off guard moment. And the biggest one is Maddie. The biggest one is 100% Maddie. A part of me immediately thought he wasn't real, if I'm being honest. A part of me, the moment he walked up, thought to myself, there's no way. There's no way. He's been gone. This is episode 5. He's been gone for a while. And Pennywise held on to him when he was trying to convince them that, oh yeah, no, he kept some of us alive. Bullshit. If you've watched any of the movies, you know Pennywise don't care about keeping anybody alive. When you're down there and he's already decided to capture you, he's going to eat you in the same day. Like, he's not gonna hold on to his food. He's gonna go and get more food every time. So some of the things that Maddie was saying when he came back, and the fact that he looked dead to me, okay guys, like, let's just say that, like, yeah, he could have looked like dingy and stuff because he was in a sewer. He looked gray. Like, his whole body was gray and like ghastly almost. Like, he did not look like a regular person. So I felt like with his hair being long and everything and being able to just escape Pennywise makes no fucking sense. You're still in his sewers, in his tunnel system that he has essentially catered to whatever he wants. It was hard to believe, and that's why I shout out that moment, because when they get down to the sewers and he says, I could have sworn this was where, I immediately said, are you serious? They fell for the shit. It 100% isn't Maddie. And the going around the pole and turning into Pennywise slowly was a really cool spin on one of his transitions. And I love they talked about not wanting to do the same thing, wanting to mix it up a little bit and make it a little different. So that was actually really cool, watching the spin around and the unveiling of Pennywise kind of taking over Maddie's body and coming out of it. It was actually a really cool moment. So I was very impressed, but I had questions the whole time about Maddie just all of a sudden appearing and talking about Phil being alive, but he can't talk, he can't say anything. I'm like, did we not all watch the first episode the same, when I'm pretty sure we watched all of them get fucked off? Like, Phil, I think, might be the one that we saw stepping over the seats and then he jumped, but I'm still pretty sure Pennywise's version of that monster jumped at him and like attacked him. So I didn't believe he was alive by any means. So when Maddie said it, well, when Maddie said it, I was immediately like, yeah, I'm not gonna go down there to try to save somebody who we can't be for sure is alive. And looking at Maddie, I even saw Lily at the beginning next to Will and all of them, and she was almost like, I don't want to hug you or anything because like that's too much. Like something about you feels off. They understood. Um, I'm thinking to myself more than anything what's gonna happen with Will now with his dad pointing a gun at him and his dad legitimately getting ready to fire because that means he just watched his dad kill his best friend in a moment when his best friend stopped him from firing a gun at him after he told his dad what was going on and his dad didn't want to believe him. I think that dynamic's going to change and make it even crazier. I think about Charlotte with the bus scene before Hank gets on the bus and the guy tries to come up and shoot him, and then Charlotte sees whatever kind of officer in the door smiling like it would smile with a creepy ass smile, and a moment where she really has to ask herself like, what did I just see? That kind of subtlety right there, that then being back at the base now, I'm questioning how can Pennywise kind of mess things up when you're at the base. I'm worried about the manhunt for Hank too now because he's on the run, and now they're gonna be like, this child killer needs to do this, and we got to go get justice because he's the one that escaped and everybody else died. Like, it's all gonna be like a witch hunt for some ridiculous reason. But I'm interested to see how that unfolds too. But yeah, no, this episode did really good. It was probably the best part was seeing the I can't think of her name right now. Is it Nora or whatever her name is? The leader of the tribe, the woman that was friends with the general when they were kids. That told him, you must not have remembered what Pennywise was or what it felt like to look in his eyes and know that you're powerless and know that all the things he can do to you. And so I'm thinking to myself, what happens to Tanya is going to reflect what she does next. And it's probably going to be a whole whirlwind of kick-ass moments and wanting to humble everybody. So looking forward to it. Very good episode. Episode 5 was probably one of the best ones of the season so far. Unveiling Pennywise, showing the truth of what Dick has to go through and why he's able to break through, and just the kids unfolding more and learning more about where they are. It's really a really good show. 5 episodes in, I'm really happy to be watching it, and I'm really happy to enjoy it like I do. But yeah, this has been Miss Brownway Chronicles TV special. I hope you guys enjoy any of my videos that I post. Thank you so much for watching any of them. You guys have a good day. Like and subscribe to my videos and come back, please. I appreciate you so much. See you guys later.